Chapter 2. He'd been different today. Lauren smiled, remembering how she had finally managed to crack that shell and get a reaction from him. A very nice reaction. It was a huge ego stroke. She didn't realize how badly she had needed it. How long had it been since Jerry looked at her that way? Like he wanted nothing more than to consume her. There was no mistaking the hunger in the window washer's eyes, shaping his features and challenging the fit of his pants. Encouraged by his response, she danced for him. Her inner showgirl was glad for the chance to break out and let him see a bit of what she used to do. She never danced for Jerry anymore. When he came, if he came, all he wanted to do was get his rocks off with a 2-minute fuck or a blowjob and go to sleep, free of his wife's complaints. She wasn't too old to perform on stage. Sure, it might not be the work that she'd done before. If she couldn't land a spot on a chorus line, she could strip at a gentleman's club, or be a hostess at an upscale bar. She had the looks, the brains, the elocution, and an extensive knowledge of pop culture that made her a comfortable fit for old money, seasoned businessmen, and new billionaires who'd earned their fortunes in the tech industry. Too bad she was such a sucker for blue-collar workers with calloused hands, corded forearms, and bodies shaped by labor. Monday was the one day of the week that she could reaffirm her femininity and verify that she hadn't lost it, despite what Jerry said. When the doorbell rang at 4, she put down her ebook to answer it. Her greeting for Jerry died on her lips. She had looked up, expecting to see silver hair perfectly groomed and a $100 haircut. Instead, she saw a thick thatch of tawny hair pulled back in a ponytail. It was him. Wash. Her window washer. The man she envisioned every time her toys came out, and a session of self-gratification ensued. He didn't wait for an invitation. He stepped inside, a coil of rope in his hand and clear intent on his face. Pushing the door shut with his foot, he swept her with his gaze and eyed her speculatively. Blue was supposed to be a cool color, but the heat in his eyes was searing. She stepped away rather than risk getting burned. "Just so you know," he began, his voice as sexy as his rugged good looks, "you teased the wrong twin. I'm Randy." Her gaze dropped to the impressive package shaping the front of his pants.
"So I see."
"Well," he drawled, "that too. I can't say it was a self-fulfilling prophecy, but it turns out I'm aptly named. My brother Andy is currently at the hospital, helping his wife breathe through contractions. I'm usually pushing pencils, but he didn't trust any of our crew with you. It just goes to show how little he knows about me, for all that we're twins." He sauntered to where she stood, smelling of sweat and sun and pure male lust. She wet her lips. Randy tapped the rope against his thigh. Desire made his nostrils flare. He breathed deeply, taking in her scent. "Unless you want your neighbors across the way to watch me fuck you against that pristine window, you need to either show me the door or lock it and lead the way to your bedroom."